Hello and welcome back to Bahrain Now, your source of local initiatives, happenings, talents, and trends. I'm your host, Khalid Hidris, here to walk you through our exciting lineup of segments and personalities from around Bahrain. So don't go away, we'll be right back. As part of the primary school's 90 Days of Reading celebration that was recently organized by Bahrain Bayan School, the middle school student Fatima Jamsheer shared her love for storytelling by reading to grade 3 and 4 students from her recently published book, Sparkle in the Ocean. Her passion for writing was evident in the way she brought her story to life, reflecting both creativity and a deep imagination. Through her work, she demonstrates how young writers can use storytelling as a powerful form of self-expression and connection. Her journey highlights the importance of nurturing literary talent from an early age and encouraging students to turn their ideas into meaningful stories. And to talk more about that, we are pleased to be joined in the studio by the young author student herself, Fatima Jamsheer. Welcome, how are you doing today?
Hi, good, alhamdulillah, how are you?
I'm very good, I'm very excited. Fatima, to start off, can you tell us about where your journey with writing started?
So when I was little, I would always dream of writing my own book. But when I was in grade 5, I was swimming in the sea and I just saw the sea creatures and how cute they were, and I liked them. So I was wondering, why can't I turn this into a book? So when I went home, I wrote a small rough draft, and then slowly, it took me 1 month to add on some details and make it into a fully developed book.
What a wonderful and very beautiful source of inspiration.
Thank you.
How did it feel to become a published author at such a young age?
It feels so good, and I'm so proud of myself for being a published author at a young age. And inshallah, when I grow up, I can write more books and inspire more people.
Inshallah, absolutely. I mean, I think you've already achieved the greatest hurdle, you've overcome the greatest hurdle any author has, and that's breaking into becoming a published author. So again, congratulations, that's no small feat. And can you share a little bit about what your book is about and what's the message behind it?
Okay, it's about some sea creatures. I don't want to spoil it, but it's about some sea creatures, and they have lots of adventure in the Pacific Ocean, and our main character is called Sparkle.
Wonderful. I love the name, and I love how you worked it as well into the title. I'm a huge fan of clever titles, by the way.
Thank you.
And can you tell us about what it was like to present your book to Chairman of the Shura Council, Ali bin Salah As-Saleh, and receive his recognition for your work?
It felt so good, and I was so happy to meet him, and he recognized my work, and he inspired me and encouraged me to write my own book in Arabic.
Wonderful. And I'm sure as an author yourself, you know the importance of reading. Can you tell us how important reading is to the actual writing process?
Of course, it's so important, but you can get some new vocabulary words from other books. You can get ideas, and even just how the structure of your book goes.
Absolutely. And do you have a favorite book you'd be willing to share with us?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter? That was a huge favorite of mine growing up as well. So, it's great to see we're on the same wavelength. And what was your experience like reading to the younger students at Bahrain Bayan School?
It was so nice, and I imagined myself when I was little, when our teachers used to read us some books. But now they have someone that's maybe 4 years apart. Yeah, I think 4 years apart to read it to them, and I liked when they were asking me questions and they were so engaged.
It's wonderful. It's great to see that they really engaged with the story, and that actually leads me into the next question, which was what was the general reaction like to the story?
They were so happy and excited. They liked the book, and some students also told me that they're going to start writing their own books.
That's wonderful. It's great to see that you're inspiring the next generation to get into storytelling. And speaking of, what is it about storytelling that you enjoy the most?
I enjoy when you get to change your voice for the book, when you read the book, and it makes it so interesting to listen to. For example, when you just read normally, no one would want to listen to it. But when you change your voice, when different characters are speaking, it will make it so interesting.
Absolutely, I can imagine. And I think that's the greatest thing about storytelling in and of itself, is that you're usually hearing from a perspective that's different to your own. And you've mentioned the inspiration for this story, but where else do you draw inspiration from?
From life, from experience, from the sea, of course. Just anything I overcome or anything I see, I'd ask this question, can I turn this into a book? And then I just start brainstorming at home.
Wonderful. It's great to see that you have such a great mind for, you know, like imagination. You're
Thank you.
finding inspiration everywhere. And now writing can be very, very challenging, of
Yeah.
course. So while you were writing this book, did you face any challenges? And if so, how did you overcome them?
Yeah, it's so challenging to find like words that kids could understand. So I was just researching, finding words. Like I was actually very little when I wrote it. So I just wrote any words that I could understand, and when I was little that I could understand.
But it's great to see that you've like overcame that, and then it's like you
Yeah.
said, like the more you read, the greater your vocabulary comes, and I'm sure that even as you grow older, you're gonna
Yeah.
find that there are a million different ways that you can kind of tell the same story, and then you can adapt it accordingly. And who supported or encouraged you the most through this journey of becoming an author?
So first my dad, Allah yarhamah, my
Allah
mom, my brothers Al-Hassan, Al-Hussein, Muhammad, of course my school, my teachers, shout out to Ms. Tia Robinson and Mr. Leon Marks, and my friends.
It's wonderful. It's really great as well because I think writing, I mean, you know this as an author,
Yeah.
writing is mostly rewriting, right? And you have to be able to get the feedback from people who you trust. And it's great to see that you have this amazing support system who are constantly going to be cheering for you and who I think are looking forward to even more of your work. And how did you balance, for example, your schoolwork with a passion, you know, that is demanding as writing?
So I'd first do my schoolwork, and then my free time I could just write or rough draft something. And it was easy for me to write this book because it was during the summer break.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so that's a great way to spend your summer holiday.
Yeah.
And what advice would you give to students who might like look at what you've achieved and become inspired to be authors themselves?
So if I did it, anyone else could do it. And just get inspired, like anything you like, write a small story, even if it's like a paragraph, you can always add on it and add more details, and it will be a full-on story that is ready to publish.
I admire that viewpoint a lot because, like, basically, if you don't mind me, like, saying, like, I think what I'm interpreting from that is that there's a story in everything, basically. Yeah. And I really admire that you're basically encouraging any author to kind of take your own approach and just, you know, take inspiration from basically anything that happens
Yeah.
in life.
Thank
Are
you.
you currently working on anything new?
Due to the current circumstances, I kind of stopped. I was planning on writing a book in Arabic, but inshallah I'm gonna work on it maybe during the summer break.
Inshallah. And do you find writing in English or Arabic easier?
To be honest, I don't know because I never tried writing in Arabic yet.
Okay, well, that's going to be a very interesting experience. I mean,
Yeah.
I can imagine your Arabic is probably better than mine, so I'll look forward to, I'll probably listen to that as an audiobook. And finally, what are your dreams for the future as a young writer?
I hope to be a fully developed author that everyone recognizes and knows, maybe like J.K. Rowling, and have my own series of books.
Inshallah, and I
Inshallah.
absolutely think that that's possible. I mean, you, as a Harry Potter fan, you know that J.K. Rowling actually faced a lot of rejections at first. You have a leg up on her by being a published author while being much younger than she was when she first pitched Harry Potter. So I really can't wait to see what you come up with next. It already sounds like you have a very promising career. I'd like to thank you for joining us, and I can't
you.
wait to welcome you back in the future.
Inshallah. Thank you for having me today. It was such a good experience.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We have even more coming up here on Bahrain Now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at what's going on beyond the studio in the following report.
The 52nd edition of the Bahrain Annual Fine Arts Exhibition continues opening its door for the audience at the Bahrain National Museum. The exhibition reflects Bahrain's art advancement, driven by the steadfast support of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and the directives of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa. The Bahrain Annual Fine Arts Exhibition is a distinguished annual event within BACA's calendar calendar of activities featuring diverse styles of fine and visual arts in the kingdom since its establishment in 1972, embodying the richness and evolution of Bahrain's artistic and cultural movement in each edition.
This is my piece morning paper. It's oil paper and embroidery on canvas. It is about acknowledging culture as it is and how it's represented. I've always been drawn to how interiors can capture a space and multiple cultures at the same time. I wanted to use embroidery as a way to create a barrier over the painting to discuss how representations are sometimes inaccessible when it comes to Khaliji culture, particularly within domestic scenes.
My piece is titled 46 Echoes. It is a meditation on memory, transformation, and identity. It is comprised of a number of butterfly prints, each marking a year of my life. The prints are made from fragments of previous artwork and brought back into life using a silkscreen, acrylic, and paper. The artwork is structured but interrupted, which means that growth is rarely linear and that we carry forward our experiences over time. The repetition of the butterfly prints, although they're not completely identical, signify that we carry forward our experiences. The artwork acts as a self-portrait and an archive, so it brings together conversations from the past and the present that coexist and continue to be taken forward with us.
My background is in textile design, and this piece shows my background in textile design as well as my interest in contemporary art, where I take my fingerprint using untraditional medium of Turkish coffee and using my thumbprint and my hand as a tool. So something a bit untraditional, unconventional, making a commentary on our existence and how things are impermanent.
And this brings us to the end of today's episode. We'd like to thank you for watching, and as always, be sure to reach out to us on our social media accounts shown below. We love to hear from you. This was Khalid Hidris. Until next time, good night and God bless.